The inside glimpse of my family as it plays into my current circumstances, because people do not change their filthy ways unless someone forces them to change their ways. They will carry on as they had before, never growing up or reaching any type of separation from childhood like playground adolescence mindsets. It doesn't matter if they have kids or if they have jobs or not. If they can't cross over and stop doing petty ass shit as they once did when they were younger, they're not mature. So my sisters are far from any type of mature, nearing their 60s, okay? They're so pathetically immature in everything they do. To illustrate, let me tell you, I graduated in 1982. I finished school 6 months prior to graduation, okay? So I had, well, let's say 5 months, okay? I completed all my courses in January. So from January to June, from when I graduated, I had no school. I completed everything. There was nothing left for me to do. So I had a job. I worked from 3 at night. Well, it was about 3:30. I left the house at 3. I got home a little after midnight every night. I got pressured into marrying this guy that graduated with my sister Kim. I did not want to get married, but I kept getting so much pressure on it that I finally said, all right, fuck it, I'll marry this guy. Just so you guys leave me the fuck alone. Shortly after the ceremony, my sister Tony gives me a beagle puppy. I named her Scruffy. The guy that I married took my dog and killed her. And I asked him why he would do something like that. And he said, because he was jealous over the connection between me and the dog. And I said, I'm out of here. I ended the relationship for good. Never went back. Never had anything to do with the fucking freak after that. But my sisters continued to carry on a relationship with him, okay? Like, that is some sick shit to do, okay? At some point, you have to turn on the reality knobs with people that guy is tweaked. So I end up living with my mother again. And I'm still working, and I'm never there. I'm gone from 3 p.m. until after midnight, 5 days a week. Go to sleep, wake up. I'm either with my horse or in my car or doing something, until it's time to go to work. And then on the weekends, I'm like pretty much walking around town because I didn't have enough money, after paying my mom rent and everything else, paying for stable cost to actually ride around or to go places. So I used to park my car in front of my mother's house and then just walk all over the place. And one night, some of my friends, guy friends, not intimately connected guy friends, but just, I'm walking around town, they're riding around town, they're like, hey, you want to ride around with us? And I'm like, sure. It's like in the winter, why not? Yeah. So we get talking and listening to music and shit, and we end up riding on some old back roads close to their camps. And we get stuck. And so we can't, it's the end of the week, the end of the day. We're all so tired from working and everything. We have no energy whatsoever to push this vehicle out. So we have to, hoof it into the nearest camp that we know of, get inside the camp, light a fire, get a fire going, and chill out for a few hours, build up some energy to get the truck out. So we get up, get the truck out, get headed back to town, stop at McDonald's. I get a hot chocolate, they're hoofing down food. And then they dropped me off at my mother's house. I go into my mother's house, and all my shit is packed in these boxes in the hallway. And I go, why is all my stuff in the hallway? You know, I'm thinking like they're washing the walls or they're going to do something. And my little sister, she says, well, you have to talk to Mom about it. And I'm like, about what? And she goes, you need to talk to Mom about it. So I go into the kitchen. I'm like, what's going on? And she goes, what? And then, you know, I say, why is all my shit boxed up in the hallway? And she's like, well, you're interrupting the kids' sleep in this house, and we have to talk about that. I go, what do you mean interrupting their sleep? I'm never here. Well, you weren't here last night. You were out partying, getting drunk, and all this other stuff. I was far from drunk. We went off the friggin' road and got stuck. And what do you want me to do? You know, that's a story I made up. And I got little piss aunt standing in the corner. You are drunk. I can smell it all over you. I ain't drunk. Because we didn't have any money to drink. Or else we would have been drunk. So, anyways, she boots me out. So I got to lug all my shit out of the house and pack it into my car. And all of a sudden, I'm homeless. So then I end up staying at Ted's parents' house for a while. And, you know, we get into this relationship. Didn't work out. Then I end up staying at a motel for a period of time. And then I said, fuck all this shit. And, you know, I enlisted in the Air Force and stayed with my sister Tony and paid her $50 a week to sleep on her fucking couch while I was working. I was working 2 jobs and I was never fucking there, okay? She got 50 fucking bucks a week for me just fucking laying down for a couple hours and taking a shower in between jobs. That's it. That's all I did there at her house. And not one of those fuckers ever helped me out. Never. I don't give a fuck if you sent me $20. I already paid you in advance. You've never lived on the streets. Nobody ever kicked you out. You always get a place to go. There's always somebody willing to help you out. Like, my family can go fuck off, man. Like, I don't know how many ways I have to say this. Fuck the fuck off.